Alright, so this is my first day of freedom, and I got to Korea 2 weeks ago. Then the government basically requires you to quarantine for 2 weeks, and they're really strict about it, unlike how they do it in America. They had like an app that I installed where they track my location and they come to my home at random times. But I'm free now, so today I have a lot of things to do, so I won't be able to travel too much or explore Seoul. I'm now going to the subway to go to I don't know what it's called, but it's called Seoul. It's kind of like one of the city buildings. I need to renew my passport, Korean passport. After that, I'll go to the bank, do some banking, and then after that, probably come back home and then go to the dentist afterwards. So yeah, pretty busy day. It's kind of hot, but they say it'll rain a little bit. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
안녕 오늘도 같은 자리 버스 창가에 기대 앉은 내게 인사를 해. Hi. 역시 넌 바다.
All right, I'm currently trying to get a plane ticket. Subway ticket. I don't actually. I only have cash right now, and I'm not really sure how to use this. But I have to cancel. Okay, let's choose a destination. Hold on. So the place I'm trying to go to for the city hall or city building, whatever, is a place called Yangjae. Sorry, this isn't in English, but oh, here it is. And since I'm not a child, I'm an adult, I have to order one. Damn, the price has risen. Alright, hold on. Alright, that took like 5 minutes. Took way too long. Essentially, this is what I get. It's like a scan card for one-way use. But yeah. I used to be really good at this stuff, but I haven't been here in so long. I don't live here anymore. It's kind of weird.
많고 잘생긴 너 내게만 그렇게 쌀쌀하게 굴더라 근데 last night 기억나 난 네가 좋다고 했어 그 예쁜 가로등 아래서 난 네가 좋다고 말했어 다음부터 모른 척 아닌 척해도 You have to know that 확신을 해야 돼 너 그날 넌 내가 좋다고 했어
Alright, I'm finished with my passport. I also forgot to say something, so I don't know if you guys can see behind me. There's like blue tents and white trucks, SUVs. Another one of them is moving right now. I'm trying to film this discreetly because this is behind the City Hall building. And that's actually where essentially everyone within like this vicinity or like this kind of district that arrives from any country outside Korea through the airports here, they have to go here within like basically the day they arrive. I had to do it too, and they check you for corona. They do all these little like medical checks, and from there that's essentially when they start tracking you. It's pretty strict, but again, I guess it seemed to work here, not so much in America because they don't do something like that there. Look at that, it's the world of plastic surgery. South Korea.
몰래 오늘도 도서관 맨 앞자리에 기대 앉은 내게 인사를 해 Oh boy 역시 넌 받아주지를 않네 인기 많고 잘생긴 너 내게만 그렇게 쌀쌀하게 굴더라 근데 last night 기억나 난 네가 좋다고 했어 있어야 돼 너 그날 넌 내가 좋다고 했어 Yeah if you like me or love me just say yes yes
So all these people are actually students. The crowded building I showed you just earlier, sort of discreetly, where all those poor Korean kids getting forced by their moms to go to their hagwons, the after-school academies. And everyone here in front of me is basically a student. Feels weird. I used to be like them, and now I'm like, I'm in like my early mid-20s, so I definitely feel out of place now. These are all just corporate buildings in Gangnam. And that's the Gangnam station, as you can see, or it's the entrance. I'm gonna try and get as continuous of a shot. That's like another back alley full of like restaurants. That's where the nightlife gets crazy. You know, I probably should come back here when it's like evening or nighttime. It looks so different, and it just sounds and smells completely different. You can hear like everyone drinking and getting loud.
Yes, yes, and then I'm your girlfriend and you're my boyfriend. I said 내게 좋다고 말해줘. 아, 널 참 많이 좋아하는데.
So yeah, this is the main street. Again, it's pretty close to where I live, but not too close that I get disturbed by the noise. You'll notice there's a lot of shops and a lot of academies, and actually all those signs on that white building, a lot of them are actually for plastic surgery. So yeah, this place is just chock full of plastic surgery clinics, beauty shops. Look at that. It's like a design skin. I don't know if you guys can see it. All right, here's another like little fashion beauty kind of place. Yeah, I don't shop anywhere here. I'm like a boring man, a straight Uniqlo guy. Look at that. There's another like that black with a lion or whatever, or a panther. It's another one.
이어질 수 없는 걸까 내겐 교복들마다 부끄러워 초라해
I don't think Muji's that popular in Korea. I'm not too sure actually. Because I think there are a lot of better, cheaper Korean and like I guess better Korean alternatives than trying to import stuff from Japan. But it is what it is. That's definitely a movie theater. That's another one. CGV up top. That's another movie theater.
내겐 교복들마다 부끄러워 초라해 yeah. 내 곁엔 항상 키 크고 이쁜 애들이 넘치는데 우와. If you like me, if you like me and then I'm your girlfriend and you're my boyfriend I said 내게 좋다고 말해줘 If you like me or like me just say yes, yes, yes and then I'm your girlfriend and you're my boyfriend I said 내게 좋다고 말해줘
Oh, the infamous Kakao and Friends. Hold on, let me try to get past this. Oh, all these puddles. Yeah, look at that. I guess I could check it out today. We'll check it out inside. So this is inside the Kakao store. I don't know if, so Kakao Talk is like a very popular Korean, it's like a WeChat I guess, but a Korean one. They have all these little characters, cute one. My mom likes the pink one. I think it's the ugliest. Yeah, it's basically like just an entire store. There's like a second story up there of like themed, Kakao themed accessories. These are like little notebooks and pens. Very cheerful looking. You get more notebooks. Damn dude. Look at that, he's not even studying. The bear is always the laziest. I've always noticed.
자꾸 빼빼 말랐지 기억나 난 너 그런 네가 괜히 맘에 들어 두드려 보지만 yeah 짓궂게 놀려주는 게 나름 나의 맘이었는데 Why don't you know
I wonder what's upstairs. Oh my god, there's a third floor. Dude, it's a cafe. So Ryan is actually, I believe he's that character, the yellow one. Wow, these look really cool. Yeah, I can't believe they named a cafe. Dude, they're shot glasses. Dude, is it just me or the Korean shot glasses smaller than the American ones?
그런 채로 철없이 너의 소식이 어디서 타고 오는 건지 훌쩍 커버린 너는 왜 때문에 멋진 건지 내 타임라인에 나타나는 너의 시간이 내 시간을 다 훔쳐가
Back out in the street. I didn't spend much time in there. I've actually never been there. I just wanted to see what it is and kind of show you guys. If anyone's really into that stuff, you know where to find it now. I'll speak of the devil. So, again, some of you may have already known about Kakao Talk, right? The Korean WeChat. Well, there's another one from Naver, a Korean company. It's called Line. Speak of the devil. The Line stores here. I think this one's actually in Times Square. They have something like this in Times Square, if I'm not mistaken. But that's what it looks like. Yeah, they have these character designs. Dude, it's the same people are just walking in and taking more pics. I never understand it, but good for them. Oh, Nike. See, that's more like that's closer to what I would wear. As you can tell, I'm just wearing sports clothes. Everything. My fashion is no fashion.
없고 조용했었지 기억나 근데 어쩜 하는 말마다 왜 그렇게 예쁘게 하는데 이제는 놀릴 수 없이 커져버린 너의 어깨가 날 설레게 해 따뜻할 것 같아 winter night when I meet you 나 너를 만
Alright, see, here's my point about fast foods from earlier. Because we couldn't get a good look at the Burger King. Look at the Dunkin' Donuts. They're playing music. It has like some nice balsa wood exterior. Look how nice it is. It has decoration. Dude, there's even like a businessman doing his work, like it's some like bougie cafe. Truly, truly an interesting place. I'm gonna show you one of my favorite places that I go to. I went to as a child, and I still like to go to. When I get the chance. So we're nearing kind of so Gangnam actually continues. So the truth is Gangnam is really, Gang just means river, for the Han River, that cuts through the heart of Seoul, and Nam just means south. So it just means south of the river, quite literally. So as you can guess, it's basically like a half the city. It's an enormous area that name covers. But the street that I'm showing you right now, the street that ends like right about here at the crossroads, it's just like kind of like, it's like Gangnam Station where the subway station is. It's just like the main, you could say it's like 34th Street and like Avenue of the Americas within Midtown New York, right? It's like just one or two city blocks. So it's by all means not an all-encompassing perspective that I just gave you of Gangnam. So this huge building, actually. So It's obviously a corporate building operated by a company called Kyobo. And it's just office spaces and cafes and restaurants. But actually, beneath this building, look at that. Dude, that actually may be the most bougie Starbucks I've seen. I think this is like one of those special roast places. They have some of them in New York, I think. Yeah, maybe I'll check it out later. But basically, inside this building, in the basement, and I'll have to be a little bit quiet, is I think Korea's largest bookstore. Or one of it. It's so huge. The sad part is, because we're in Korea, you know, it basically only means that like 90% of the books they sell are in Korean. So they have like a tiny English language section, which it's not that helpful for me because I don't read books in Korean. But even then, their English book selection is quite expansive. So, and they have a lot of like cool little accessories, and they also have a very good stationery store. Again, Koreans love their stationery, fancy stationery. I do too. So I'll probably give you a very quiet or maybe silent tour around the place. Oh, here we are. It's huge. You have to be really quiet here. Yeah, so these are all Korean books. I believe. Yeah, the English section's up there. So it's just right here. These are English books, as you can see. I actually don't think I'm allowed to film here. So I'll turn the camera off. Yeah, so it's 4:30 right now. I have to get back home I think probably in like 30-40 minutes. So I can work out, and then my mom and I will go out for dinner. Hopefully have some really good food. But before that, I wanted to hopefully do some more reading here. I actually downloaded a lot of ebooks that I wanted to read during quarantine. Of course, being occupied with schoolwork and research meant that I barely read through any of them. I read through one of them. One of them is called Coddling of the American Mind. I forgot who the authors were. It's pretty up there on Amazon, so searching up Coddling of the American Mind should give you the right search result. That was a pretty enlightening read. There's a few others that I downloaded. I'm trying to show you, bring out my iPad here. I used to love paper books, and I still do, but they're so heavy, and they take up so much space too. And since I'm moving all the time, I basically won't be able to carry them around, and that really pissed me off. So this building over here is actually the local elementary school. And fun fact, I actually attended it for 1 year as a first grader, for the very first grade. So yeah, that elementary school, I remember I used to always get in trouble, even though I was only there for like 1 year. Actually, maybe one semester, I don't even remember, it's so long ago. I think I always had like pretty decent grades, so that wasn't an issue. But I was not a good kid, like in terms of listening to the teachers, being mean to the other kids. Yeah, so, and I only grew out of that phase when I was in middle of high school, actually more towards high school. So I remember so back then they used to they used to be more physical in their punishments, so to speak. So I used to get slapped by the teacher a lot. It was not a fun experience. But it was, for me, I think, attending that 1 year of Korean public school was pretty important in terms of just giving me perspective of how schooling works so differently in different cultures. I've attended private schools in Korea, private schools in America, public school in America too, and public school here. It's also different. I think each one gave me just a little bit of a different perspective on how kids live around the world. But I would not go back to the days where I would get slapped for talking back to the teacher. Not a fun time. Yeah. So this is it's beef and scallops. It's a pretty good place. I was here last time. Oh yeah. 이게 영어로 뭐지?
너무 행복해한다.
그 어릴 때만 머리